Hey?
First tea.
First time.
First time.
Okay, there you go. I nailed it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StoryTime. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We're here with someone that is the #1 female skater on the continent of Africa, as well as a Olympian. Boipelo Awuah.
And so
There we go. Thank you for being here.
excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you, man. I think you might be the youngest person we've had in studio.
Is it? I'm 18 though.
Youngest person we've had in studio. Yeah. Which I'm sure you've heard that a lot
I have.
as you've been skating since 5 years old.
Yep.
You did your first competition at 10 years old.
No, I think it might have been before then.
Before then,
Yeah. But my first big comp might have been at 10 years old.
at 10 years old. Okay, and you won that. Easy work. Light work. So you're originally from Kimberley.
Yes.
You've been labeled as the diamond of Kimberley, the jewel of Kimberley, which I think is so beautiful, that the entire city, town, people, community are behind you in the sport. How did you come to discover skateboarding, and how did you fall in love with it?
So my first introduction to skateboarding, I just saw my older brother and like his buddies doing it in front of our house. And I was just watching them flipping this board. I'm like, how are they able to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how I don't know. I just fell in love with it. But obviously they didn't let me do it because I am a female.
And because you're the youngest sister.
I'm the youngest sister. I was 5. So it took them some time for them to let me do it. But whenever they were not around, bro, I would just like grab my brother's board, maybe hide in the garage or something like that, try and figure this thing out. Maybe sit on my bum or whatever. I can't even remember. I
Yeah.
was so young.
Yeah.
But then eventually they just let me do it.
And then what, like how long did it take for them to start then going, oh wow, she's better than all of us?
I don't know, because when I was younger, my brother would always tell me like, because I always used to look up to Nigel Houston, but then the females, Samaria Bavard, I don't know if you know of her, but she's a United States skater.
Okay.
And my brother would always tell me like, you're going to be like her when you grow up. And I was like, no, I'm just chilling, just having fun.
Yeah.
And then now, so many years later, I'm like, bro, he spoke it into existence on my behalf, basically.
That's cool, eh?
So I never used to look at it like, oh, no, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Probably going to do this, this, and that. No, I was just doing it for the pure joy.
You were just having fun
I
with
was
it.
just having fun with it.
Crazy how something that can be, you always look at people at the top level of what it is that they do. And we make the assumption, like we've been saying with the Japanese skaters in Yale Romero, and it's this like, you have potential, you're 4 years old, put you in a camp, let's train you flat out. Whereas for you it was, I just love doing this. This to me is fun.
Yeah.
And it's now become a full-time profession.
Crazy.
That's insane.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning, but I feel like I've been in it for so long though. But it's just the beginning.
Yeah. When did you make the conscious decision of like, I actually think I want to compete? When did it start becoming like, because I've read in interviews that you went through a stage where there was a lot of pressure on being the young up and coming female skater, and you wanted to take a little bit of a break. And in taking that break, you were able to kind of reignite that fun element to skating. What was the turning point for you to go, actually, let me pursue this and make this a career for myself?
So for me, I've always been competitive, not just in skating, but even like with academics, and I always wanted to be like the best.
Really?
But then with skateboarding, it became an issue when, I don't know, people started having these expectations for me. But competing, I always loved competing as a young kid. Even when I watch my videos today, I'm like, bro, I was having so much fun back then.
Really?
But then the pressure just came, like being forced to do something that I genuinely love. It's just, I don't know, it was just overwhelming. And my parents, especially my dad, because like he was so into it. And he would tell me like, you need to go to the skate park this time, that. So I didn't have that freedom of just doing it when I wanted to.
Yeah.
And one of the main reasons I continued with skateboarding is because I could express myself, because I am quiet. I grew up quiet. So skateboarding was my way to kind of like take my world in that. So once they started putting that pressure. It was like now they orchestrating everything, and that was like the one place I could do my own thing.
I see.
So that's how I felt about it. Then I stopped for like 4 years. During that period, I did like martial arts.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like
Which martial arts?
a karate.
No.
But I'm a third Q brown belt, so I did that.
Jeez, that means you made that really far.
Yeah. No, I was like into it, bro. I enjoyed it. I think I got national colors for that as well. I was supposed to go to like Mauritius at some stage, but I didn't end up going because then I got back into skateboarding that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find maybe in some weird way that karate's been able to help with skating?
Oh, definitely.
How does it benefit for you?
Definitely. Now I'd say mostly the mental side of it, and the discipline as well. I feel like I'm a lot able now to control my emotions because of martial arts.
That's what I learned. I mean, I'm not in it at the moment.
And it keeps you calm, man.
It does.
It just keeps you calm.
Especially when you're facing adversity or like, because obviously you've been put in a position of like physical adversity, right? Someone wanting to either hurt you or submit you or beat you.
Yeah.
I went into jiu-jitsu for about 1.5 years. I haven't been back since, I want to say like February.
But that's not too long ago.
It's so bad though.
Not too long ago.
Because everyone that you start with is still there. So now you go back and they've got 8-9 months ahead of you. So I will get back eventually. I just need to figure out this tendonitis thing. But that's one thing that I learned, is that you look at martial arts as this very aggressive kind of setting.
Yeah.
But it's the calmest people I've ever met in my life. So like reserved in the way that they held back. They make me think of there's that quote that says, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in war.
Yeah.
You see? And I'm like, they embody that of just like, staying sort of very to what the craft is. You mentioned skating being a way to express yourself.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful thing about skateboarding that I've come to realize chatting with Byron and John Mark. The
legends.
There you go.
Yep.
That as much skating is a sport, it's also an art. And every skateboarder I've spoken to has mentioned the same thing of, this is my way to express myself.
Yeah.
How do you find that it allows you to do that? Is it in the actual tricks that you're performing? Is it in the style, the culture, the dress? Because the skateboarding community is such an all-consuming space. It's a beautiful space, but it allows people to dress a certain way. There's music, there's style, there's, how is it, has that kind of bred into your life for you? Yeah,
for me, definitely. Like, it comes down to how we dress, not using your belt as a belt, but using your shoelace instead of that, because you think it might be, it might show
that's cool,
something in you. But me, I'd say my tricks. Okay. Because I'm very quiet. I'm not shy, but I am very quiet and reserved. But then when I'm skating, I like skating the biggest stuff, the gnarliest rails, and just pushing myself. So that expresses that alter ego within me, that side of it. But when you come talk to me, like, I'll slam down a 15-stair handrail. But then when you come talk to me, I'll be super chill. There's
really
not energetic to that extent. And yeah, I just love playing with it. Because I see how people around me receive it. Like in Kimberley, some days I'll go to the supermarket wearing a dress, and then people will be looking at me and I'm like, what's this? And then some days I'll wear like super baggy pants, a shirt that's twice my size, and just, it just makes me feel cool, and I actually like that.
Yeah, you've got that great duality of personality, which is so sick. So I want to...
creating myself as an individual.
There you go. Yeah, and it's such a young age as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, to be 18 and have experienced the things you have at the level that you have, there's so much dedication, resiliency that comes with what it is that you do. Definitely. And you've already developed that understanding by 18. Yeah. I'm 28 and still trying to, so that's like hats off to you. A lot of credit for that.
Thank you so much.
I want to get into, obviously it's very relevant right now because we've just gone through it in terms of the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you were invited to and attended the Olympics was in 2020.
2020.
So you were 14.
15.
You were 15 years old the first time you went to the Olympics. That is crazy that you were only 15.
Yeah.
What was the process of going to the 2020 Olympics? What did you have to do to kind of get to that
Yeah.
point?
So for the 2020 Olympics, because of COVID, the qualification was a lot easier than Paris. Because before then, I only skated one nationals, which I won, and one international competition before Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah. And for that, to qualify, I need to be the top-ranked female skater in the continent.
The continent.
Yeah, in Africa. Because in Africa, it's still a going sport. And yeah, we were just competing against each other. But then like for the US, because skateboarding has been there for quite some time, they might have like 20 skaters competing and they're all competing against each other. So that's what we did for Africa, and I need to be the top ranked female skateboarder. Luckily that happened. But the funny thing is that through all those competitions, bro, I didn't know I'm skating to qualify for the Olympics. I was just like, okay, just another competition, I'm just gonna,
Really?
yeah.
You're just thinking this is another comp.
Just another comp. And then after Italy, like right after I finished my run, the course manager came up to me and he said, congratulations. And I was so lost. I'm like, what like, because I didn't make it through to the next round. I knew that for sure. But then everybody's congratulating me. I'm like, what's going on, guys? But then later on, I found out, I just qualified for the Olympics. Okay, cool, sure.
That's a great way to end a competition.
Yeah.
Not only have you done so well in this one, but you're going to go to the Olympics.
And, some people have that moment, like they've dreamt about going to the Olympics. They always watched it. I had never watched an Olympic Games before that. Like Olympics was never in my mind. Although when I stopped skateboarding, there were talks about it, but it was never something I envisioned myself at or envisioned myself doing.
Yeah.
So for it to happen, it was just like everything just happened so quick.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you don't know that you have just qualified for the Olympics. You qualified for the Olympics.
Yes.
Now you get to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
What was the journey like of leaving South Africa, traveling to Tokyo, which must have been the most incredible city to go visit?
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like for you personally, also away from the sport?
For me personally, it was a dope experience, traveling with the team. That was the first time for me, because skateboarders, we don't really travel as teams as much often. So traveling with the team was a vibe. Just getting to go there. But then I'd say it all, like the best moment was arriving at the Olympic Village. Like literally entering the Olympic Village, seeing all these amazing athletes, Simone Biles, Tatiana, like it's
crazy.
Bro, it's like no ways. And they all just here, we all eating together at the dining hall. I can randomly just pass by them, things like that. So it was definitely.
These are people that feel so far out of reach.
Yeah.
Until you're at this event and you're like, oh, there's Nigel Houston.
It's Niger.
Did you get to meet Nigel knowing that he's one of your heroes?
Yes, I did get to meet Nigel. And luckily, I'm so glad it was a dope first time. Because, most of the time you might meet your idols and then maybe they didn't have a good game. So you might not get the best version of them at that time. Like, it was so chill, bro. Got to take pictures with him. And then at the games, which was funny, he recognized me.
That's cool.
So that was dope. I was like, no ways this is happening right now. Like, what?
So sick.
Yeah.
That your skill for skateboarding is being recognized by your hero.
My hero, definitely. So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
That's incredible. And you had an unfortunate injury. You fractured your pelvis.
Yep.
What happened with that?
It was second day of practice. And I was just doing, I'm not sure if you know, like frontside 50-50 kind.
Okay.
So with the skateboard, you basically ollie onto the rubber with both wheels. And
Yes.
you just ride off.
Okay.
It's quite a basic trick. And I've been doing that trick like throughout the competition because I wanted to put it in my run. And I was just like, okay, just one more, just to make sure I have it down. I'm not scared to do it. Just one more. And then that moment, everything just went wrong, bro. I ollied. And then it slipped out, and then I kind of like leaned forward and hit my hip on on the concrete of the ledge. But then afterwards, I hit it. Obviously, it took me some time to get up. Got up, and then they were asking me, are you good? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Because in skateboarding, we fall all the time. So it's just like another fall. I continued skating afterwards, and then I sat down with my coach for a while. I didn't tell her that I had a bad fall. Sat down for quite a few minutes, and then she was like, okay, you need to go back, time practice is almost done, you need to go back to practice. I went back to practice and then sat down. Our practice was done. Then it was Niger and Brandon skating. But then once the adrenaline kind of like left my body, that's when the pain hit. I went to the bathroom, and like, bro, my hips were swollen. I'm like, what is this? I don't know what this is.
Wow.
So I called my mom, and she was like, no, you need to go talk to the team manager, talk to them. But then I didn't. I went back to the Olympic Village.
Okay.
And we had a second practice that day. And then she was like, no, you need to come back. And I was like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
So they came back, got x-rays done, and it was confirmed, like, I fractured. I don't know, was it my right or left side? I don't know, but I fractured it.
Off that hit against the concrete.
I hit.
What was because obviously it's not only is it your first time at the Olympics, your first time in Tokyo, is this the first time you faced an injury that is that bad?
Yep.
So the whole experience is a first for you.
Everything was a first. Like, I've had like ankle sprains, the minor things, but nothing like that.
What's the thought when they go, you've fractured your pelvis?
In the moment, I wasn't overthinking it that much. My main thing was that I just wanted to skate. I just wanted, not for myself, but I feel like it would have been so dope, for all the other African females to see me, one of their own skate. Even if I was just going to cruise around, I would have been fine with that. But unfortunately, I couldn't, so.
Damn.
Yeah.
So did you get to still attend the event and watch, and which I imagine is a bit of a bittersweet?
Yes, I got to watch the ladies' event, I'm not sure if I watched the men's event though, because I couldn't walk as well during that time. I was like limping and all of that. So most of my Tokyo Olympic Games, I spent in bed, basically laying down on my back the whole time. So I didn't get to experience it that much.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, only got to watch the females competition.
And then the rest is just lie down, recover until you go home. Damn.
Yeah.
That must have been a bit of a knock. Yeah.
That was a bummer for sure.
Overcoming the mental of like, I finally get to make it to this place.
Then you can't get to experience it and enjoy what it has to offer, basically.
Jeez, so you go through that, you come home, it's 4 years till the next Olympics. Are you arriving at home going, I have to get to the next one?
No, I wasn't thinking about it like that.
Not.
I was just happy to be back home because this thing happened at the games. My first major injury, it happened while I was so far from my family. So that was odd. But one thing for sure, like once I got back home, I was with my mom all the time, laying in her bed, bro. I healed so quickly. I think it's just like that motherly love.
Yeah.
I healed so quickly. Like by the next week, I was already like running around the house and all of that. But I wasn't healed, of course. But luckily I was young, so it didn't take me that long. I was supposed to be out for like 6 months, and I was only out for like 3 months.
Jeez, well done. That's super fast for a recovery. Yeah.
So I got back like after 3 months, but then when I got back, that's when like the spark hit.
Really? You had more desire?
Yeah, more desire to get back because I'd been off my board for so long. After being exposed to that level and then you can't skate, it's like your mind is just constantly on like, maybe I could do this. So when I got back,
you've seen the best of the best do it.
Yes.
So that must be playing through your mind while you're trying to recover, going, I have to try that thing I saw. I have to do this that I saw.
Yeah.
And then leading into the Olympics now that you were just at. Congratulations, by the way. That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
How was this experience different to the first Olympics?
Oh, it was so different because first of all, going into these Olympics, I knew all of my competitors because we've been skating Olympic qualifier events for like the past 3 years. So it was more of like a friendly vibe. I didn't feel like an outsider that much. We all knew each other. And there were crowds. There was a crowd, so that was nice. We could leave the Olympic Village and explore Paris a bit.
Okay.
That was a vibe. And I feel like me as a skateboarder, mentally, I was in the right place. and with my skills as well, I had a lot more confidence this time. Because looking back at Tokyo, I'm like, I was not prepared mentally, physically as well. The tricks were there, but I still wasn't prepared because I only had one international competition before then. I know for some athletes, they can get there and then it just clicks for them, but that was not the case for me. So
you needed a bit of build up to prepare for it.
Yes, definitely. But I had so much fun this time around.
Really?
The ease, I enjoyed every moment. I was not anxious at all. I was not nervous. I was just having fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I tried to find your run online and I couldn't find it.
It's not out yet.
How did it go?
My run, so bittersweet, but my first trick in my run, I built it. And I'm like, bear in mind, in practice, that we were like, okay, that's not going to be an issue because I've been landing it the whole time. And then doing the competition, it didn't work out. But after the build, like I was chilling because my main goal for Paris was, first of all, not to get injured.
Understandably.
And to show up on the competition day. So on the competition day, I was like, job done for me. Like I've already, I'm not injured and I'm gonna skate in like less than an hour or so. So after the fall, I recovered, went back. My second run was, I'd say it was decent, definitely. But Paris was definitely one of my best performances ever. And then the best tricks, like I could just feel my confidence building after the first run, second run. First best trick, I built that, but then the second one landed that, I was happy. And then third best trick, I landed that as well. And my strategy for like the best trick, so I had 2 tricks in mind.
Okay.
And
what were your 2?
Board slide down the big handrail.
Okay.
And then no slide down the 8-stair handrail. So board slide is like, if this is the hubber, this is the board like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And then no slide is like with my nose, the front part of my skateboard on the rail going down.
Down.
So that was my strategy. In my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to bail it the first attempt, bail it the second attempt, landed the third attempt, and then bail the no slide first attempt, and then land the last attempt. So I bailed the first attempt. I was chilling because I had that.
You knew that, yeah.
But then I landed it the second attempt, and then the third attempt, I landed that as well. I'm like, bro, what else? What else do I have to do? Because I already landed it.
So you had 2 free goes in hand.
Yeah, and then the fourth attempt, my coach, or it was Brandon Valtrala's coach, but he was helping me as well because my coach couldn't come with me.
Cool.
And then it was like, what do you want to do? Ollie down the stairs. That scored like, with a 64, whatever. You could do that or this. I'm like, okay, I'll go for the ollie down the stairs. I didn't do that during practice. That was not in mind. I did it and I landed it during the comm. I'm like, okay. What?
I'm on fire. Yeah.
I was hyped. And then the last trick, he was like, okay, it's either you could do the no side down the big arbor or the 50. And I'm like, okay. That's when I thought back, like at Tokyo, because I still had like this anxiety or paranoia of doing that trick. Because I'm like, what if it might happen again?
I understand.
And I was like, okay, I'm at the games. The stands are full. Like, I'm pumping with energy right now. I'm so excited. Let me get over this fear. Like, this is the perfect opportunity to do it.
You go, just face it, yeah.
And I thought I wasn't afraid of it, but my coach sparked that up because during practice, I would kind of avoid that trick. But then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I went for it. I got on it. But then, like, right when I landed, the impact was too much, so I just fell. But then I got on it. I was like,
easy now, eh?
Easy now. So
yeah,
that's going to be my go-to. And I broke that fear. So my games, I had so much fun.
Jeez, well done.
Everything was just amazing.
Do you have your run, like, in your head now already?
Yeah. I had that the past few years I already had.
Can you walk us through it?
Yeah, so on the far left of the park, from the top, I roll down, ollie down the gap, no slide on the bump to ledge, turn on the quarter, board slide down the handrail, go back up, I think, and then turn on the quarter, front 5 on the bump to ledge, go up, maybe chill for a few minutes, come back, ollie the gap again, then feeble up the bump to rail, then go up. And then I was supposed to do something down the big section, but I didn't have enough time for it. But that's it.
What's feeble?
Feeble, it's kind of like a board slide, but your back wheels of the skateboard are locked on the rail, and then the front part is just like...
Oh, you at that, like, that angle?
Yeah, that angle just going up.
Damn.
Yep.
What is your, if you want to impress, because when we spoke to Byron about it, he was saying how the run is basically one big build-up to the end of the run to do this big
trick.
like one finale kind of move. What is your choice of finale move to be like, bang, seal the deal?
For me personally, because I'm still learning a bunch of tricks, but that would definitely be like maybe board slide down the biggest obstacle on the park,
Okay.
or maybe a no slide.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I saw Niger do, it was the X Games
Yeah.
for this year. They had that minivan parked on the course, and he was the only guy that would jump onto the minivan, grind the rails on top of the minivan, and then drop right off the other side.
Niger's crazy. Niger's so gnarly.
He's on fire as well, eh?
Yeah.
And he's also been doing it from around the same age as you, when he had the long dreadlocks. As a kid, I was obsessed.
That's the Niger I grew up watching. The Niger with the dreadlocks.
The dreadlock Niger. And he was also just fearless with everything.
Yep.
How did you discover him?
My brother, he always used to watch him. So, like everything my older brother did, that's what I did. So before we go to the skate park, we would just watch like a bunch of Niger videos just to hype ourselves up. Watch a bunch of Niger videos and then go to the skate park at like, it was a Saturday at like 10 a.m. and then we'd leave at like 10 p.m. at night. I'm like, there's no way I was skating that many hours. And it was just like constantly skating. Skating.
Is there anything specific, like trick-wise or maybe style-wise that he does that you either want to learn or adopt into your kind of run?
Trick-wise, not really, because Nigel's like a kickflip person. I'm more of a heel flip person. So our skate styles are very different. But back then I thought I would skate like that. But then I grew to learn, my style of skateboarding. And I don't know if you know or if you've noticed, but every skateboarder skates different.
Yes.
And every skateboarder does different tricks. So I grew up watching Nigel, but the tricks that he does, not necessarily the tricks that I enjoy doing or that I would love to do. But what I liked about him, just like his personality when he's skating, he's like just like so in the zone.
Yeah.
Music pumping to his
He's always got his AirPods in.
And yeah, he's just gnarly. He just sends it.
Yeah.
I like that part of it.
Okay, I get that because we've obviously asked Jean-Marc and Byron as well, where Byron refers to Jean-Marc as a technical skater. Definitely. He's all about this to that to this, do it in this way, this kind of trick if I combo it like that, which after being with him at the shred, he was trying to do one of those, I really don't want to get this wrong if it was the nose or the tail of the board, but he was trying to do ride in, jump onto the bench, grind out the bench,
onto another
one, and it was backwards as well. Insane. He spent the whole afternoon trying to get it right. I had to leave. I think it was a day later or 2 days later. I go on Instagram and there he's nailed it.
And I'm sure he's like the only person that does that in South Africa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or even the world, because people don't really skate like that. Like his mind is so creative.
He literally comes to me, he's like, I've had this idea. Let's see if it works. And he's moving the bench, moving this, moving that. And I'm like, what are you going to try do? He's like, well, I've never done it before. What? So let's just ride in and see what happens, which was crazy. And then you watch Byron skate.
He's like more of the big obstacles.
Exactly. He likes the big jumps, the gap jumps. Two completely different skaters.
And I also like that.
Yeah. I thought before learning all of this through talking to you guys, I thought every skater was trying to do one sane thing.
Yeah.
Like we all want to have the best trick. And I'm like, actually, like you said as well, some skaters are kickflip. Yeah. Some skaters are heel flip. Yep. Some love, getting onto rails. Some like the big air.
Yep.
So you kind of zone into what your style is and then perfect that to try win. Yeah. Is there... Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so my style, I think I've grown to love the big obstacles.
Okay.
The big handrails, the big ledges. Stairs, not that much.
Okay.
But at some point I was onto the stairs. But now it's like the handrails and the ledges. I like that.
It's terrifying.
No, it's fun.
Really?
Because I feel like the smaller obstacles are a lot scarier to skate. And it's
Why?
because with the big obstacles, it's like there's so much more at stake. Because like getting onto it, I feel like once you can get onto it, that's the easy part. But then like once you get on it, I don't know, it just feels like flying. Because you're going super fast. You know that you have to ollie super high. And with the big ones, it forces you to commit to landing the trick. Because when you fall, it's like, bah, bah, bah. So it's like not more than 5 tries on this. So I have to land it during that 5 tries.
So you like the pressure of this has to go right.
I like that.
Is there anything now that you are currently practicing, playing around with, trying to get right?
So many tricks. Like I've been doing fun blunts for a while now.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know, but like with the skateboard, you ollie over the rail and land on your back tail, and then back to regular.
So if this was the rail, you coming in from this side, landing that side.
Yep,
Damn.
exactly.
Okay.
That. And I've also been working on like a bit more technical trick. So you heel flip, like flip your board and then land on the rail. Been working on that as well. And I've also been trying to do combos, but those are so hard, like John Mark vibes.
That's what Jean-Marc is so good at.
It's so difficult. Maybe like half cab, no slide, and then 270 out. So 270, you basically rotate your body 360. Like one from the ledge, once you get off it, and then you rotate your body 360. Been working on that as well.
How's it going?
I mean, like a full day, I'll probably land one out of like, I don't know, so many tries, but that's skateboarding. Eventually, I'll get there.
When do you decide, okay, I can do this now? Because I imagine, even if it's a trick that you've done for years, sometimes you still don't land it.
Yep.
So when do you know, okay, I've practiced enough, I'll land this in a competition?
You never know. For me at least, I never know. Because even on ollie, some days I'll walk up to the skate park super confident and I bail on ollie. I'm like, no ways, I've been doing this
Literally since 5 years old. Yeah.
I've been skating, but that's just skateboarding. But then for a comp, like if I'm practicing for a comp now and I've just learned this, so let's say I'm doing a feeble.
Okay.
To make sure that it's contest ready, out of 5, I should land at least 4 back to back out of the 5.
That's a
To make
good
sure
way
that
to.
it's contest ready, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching so much skating the past like 2 months. So many competitions.
Yeah.
And the best trick, there's 2 competitions that fascinate me. The one is best trick, you got 5 attempts, and people are just sending it to see like how big can they go. And they would not land the first 3. And the pressure in me is going, you only got 2 attempts left. How could you possibly still win this? And then they get it right, and people just go
Crazy.
mad, and the rating drops, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's why they were willing to fail 4 times to get that one trick.
I don't know if you watched the men's competition, but Yuto was literally like last spot, like 8.
Saw that.
And then he landed the trick, it bumped him up to like...
One trick, and he's like, thank you very much. Thank you for letting me be here.
for the goal, bye.
Crazy.
And that was his last attempt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pressure.
That's pressure.
Especially when, because he's currently male number 1 in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
And he won in Tokyo as well.
One in Tokyo now as well. When that pressure's on you as well, and you fail, then you fail, then you fail, then you fail, and people are going,
My confidence was just like...
oh, I'd be shattered.
Bro.
Again, he just has that chill, like, there's one more attempt.
Yeah.
You know, like, it'll be fine. Everyone calm down, which is so sick.
Yeah. But I'm happy. Like, I finished in 18th spot. I'm happy.
Jeez, well done. How many skaters are there?
It wasn't a lot, like 22 qualified.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's only up from here because after coming from that, like, my mindset, I'm like, bro, there's so much I can actually do that I'm not doing, you know? So now my mindset now is just like pushing myself.
Yeah. You attending the Olympics, one at the age you're at, is crazy. The fact that it's your second time, like if you look forward at the future, how many Olympic attendances are you going to have under your name? It's incredible.
It's endless. I could have 5, 6.
How cool is that?
Right, 'cause I'm
That's
still
insane.
young. I'm still...
Like, we have rugby players that have played in 3 World Cups, and we're going, oh my word, they've played in 3 World Cups. You already have 2 Olympics.
Yeah, by the next one, I'll be like 22.
You'll be 22.
And then maybe the 4th one,
26.
I could
5th
still,
one,
I
30.
could still go.
You can keep going the whole way.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. But it would, you know, placing 18th in literally what is...
And I qualified in like 22nd. So going in, I thought, bro, I'm going to...
Geez, so you went up.
I'm going to come last, you know, going into it. So to place 18th, yeah, I'm happy.
You went up as well.
Yeah, I
Well
went
done.
and Brandon as well. He also qualified 22nd. Do you know Brandon Falciano?
Yes.
And he finished in 12th, bro. He did super
That's
amazing.
solid, eh?
Yeah, that's solid.
Jeez, well done, Brandon. That's incredible. Well done to that dude. That's crazy cool. We must definitely have a chat with him as well. But yeah, it's kind of like getting onto a huge international film. Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, the biggest possible thing,
Yeah.
you know, and being 18th on the list. I'd just be like, I made it into a movie and I'm on the list.
rest.
That's it. Because from here, I can go to 16th on the list. I can
Only
go to
going
10th on the list. You see? So that mindset is the perfect way to look at it. Life has been so exciting and such a blessing for you up until this point. And you can see your enjoyment, your gratitude,
I'm so
your joy for life, which is a beautiful thing to have.
Thank you.
You mentioned in a comment as well that Tokyo and Dubai have been the standout locations or destinations you've been to.
Yeah.
What about those places was special for you?
First of all, Tokyo, I'd say the culture.
Okay.
Bro, everybody out there is so nice. You know, they all greet. When you greet them, they greet back. I know that's quite simple. It's simple human nature, but they greet back. You know, they're all smiling, like, and it's super clean. And at night, yeah, super respectful. And at night, we were in Tokyo Square, or what is that?
I've no idea,
Yeah,
but I'm going to take your word for it, Tokyo Square.
Being
Yeah.
in the city at night, like, they're just so far ahead. The technology. We were at a restaurant one evening, and then we were talking to a machine, ordering our food, and went to the kitchen, got our food, and brought the food back.
No.
Like, whoa.
Like a little R2-D2 vibe.
Yeah, literally.
Really?
And I was like, no way. So that was cool. And then Dubai. I feel like Dubai is just the money. You know, like my favorite car is a G-Wagon, and I saw like so many G-Wagons. I was like,
You're like, this is feeling a little bit too normal.
Yeah.
now. Yeah. I need a bigger goal.
I need a bigger goal. So Dubai was definitely just seeing like all the money in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel real. Literally feels like a green screen, like just watching all the buildings. Like everything is too perfect. There's no ways. Everything is too
insane.
perfect. And when we were out there, we had like a storm one day. And apparently, they literally created the storm.
Yeah.
I don't know how, because it's in the desert.
Yeah.
I don't know, all that technology. They
insane that they're doing that.
clouds and
Do you remember was it the Tokyo Olympics that they sent these machines up that dispersed the clouds that could take
is it?
Yeah. Dubai's big on this.
Yeah.
the other
Yeah. Dubai's... I've never... Have I been to Dubai? I have...
Ray?
Literally, they were like, oh, we don't have rain? Watch this. Yeah. I don't know if you can control the weather. Some dude in Dubai in an office is like, I'll show you. Just watch this. But they do. They create their own shower storms but
And the sun, apparently, like, the sun, there's, like, the super rich people, they have, like, a fake moon or fake sun, one of the two, and you can go up there and just chill, hotel vibes, and excellent. I know it probably sounds fake, but research it, guys.
damn.
Yeah.
Really want to do Namibia, Mozambique. I would love to do Morocco, Ghana. Ghana's apparently phenomenal.
It's like my dad's from Ghana, so
Oh, really?
I'm half Ghanaian and half Xhosa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where my surname comes from.
Awuah is
Awuah, it's Ghanaian.
Ghanaian. Is that the way to say it? That's such a gangster way to say it.
But I probably shouldn't disclose this yet, but I'll tell you though.
Yeah.
Like my surname, it's actually a compound surname. So when you go to Ghana, it's called Boipelo Awuah.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, Boipelo Awuah. But then when my dad came here, he kind of like made it part of our names. So then it's just Awuah, but it's actually Boipelo Awuah. And then I just go when people pronounce it Awuah because I understand like like in South Africa, that's how they pronounce it. It's fine. But in Ghana, it's Awuah, not
Awuah.
Awuah. Kind of like Awuah, but Awuah, but Awuah. Yeah.
Awuah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's such a beautiful context to a name, eh?
Yeah.
Have you been to Ghana?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I have to go.
Got to do it.
Hopefully this year.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll try all go to Ghana. We can do skate lessons in Ghana.
Yeah.
That'd be badass. You've mentioned I was saying to you earlier, there were two quotes or comments that you made that I just thought were beautiful quotes.
Mm-hmm.
One I wrote down word for word from an interview that you'd done. You said, I've learned as much as I love competing, I love the preparation a whole lot more. The work you put in to prepare for competitions. I've also learned that I'm a very unique person, but the most surprising thing I learned about myself is that I don't necessarily enjoy the attention and being in the spotlight as much as I thought I did. One more thing I've learned is that this gift that I have is not mine. It is just in me, and that's a way for me to fulfill the purpose that God has for me. That's a beautiful quote. It's a beautiful comment to make. At such a young age, to make a comment like that is incredible. To have the wherewithal and the wisdom to go, oh, I know where this comes from, and I know what my purpose is to do with it. How is that quote feeling for you now, today still?
Today still, like I only believe in it so much more because, like, going back to it, I'm a girl from Kimberley, bro. Kimberley is such a small town, and I do such a rare sport. So there's no way all of this would have happened if it wasn't God, like, orchestrating every single thing. So that's how I feel about it. And with skateboarding, like, when it comes to the attention part of things, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's amazing. Like, maybe one of the first female skateboarders to do this, but it's not out of my own will. I don't think so. Like, all the pressure that comes with it, I wouldn't be able to deal with it or handle it if it wasn't from God, you know. And my talents, I know that, okay, I am able to do this, but it's definitely, it's not in me, like, not in me, but it definitely comes from a higher power. It didn't just happen randomly. That's how I feel about it. And, you know, I would always have these dreams, like, you know, what's happening right now, and I'm sure you're going to touch on it, like, the skate academy with the ministry. I've actually, like, dreamt about it, and I continue dreaming about it continuously. So I feel like that's just like God showing me what I'm kind of guiding me of, like, what I'm supposed to do with it. So, and I always say that, like, my aim is not to win medals or anything like that, but I believe just making it easier for the next person coming behind me. I feel like that's my purpose, making it easier for them, and then establishing an environment whereby they can enhance their skills while still, you know, building their relationship with God. And all of that.
Yeah. On you saying that, we can give context. Thank you for moving into that about the academy.
Yeah.
You've said that your dream is to start an academy that has ministry injected into it in a positive way of helping people not only find skateboarding and kind of hone in on their skills, but also hone in on the psychological, the mental, the spiritual side of what comes with ministry as well. Is your family believers?
Yeah, they are believers.
Okay.
I was raised Christian, Roman Catholic. So my mom, we all Roman Catholics and all that. But
yeah. So you've been raised with that foundation.
Yes, I have. But not like too deep into it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say my spirituality now has all been based off me, because after the Olympics, you know, I went through this phase. I wouldn't say it's depression, because I don't think I was depressed or anything like that. But it was just like such a dark moment. And I'm gonna disclose this now, but like all my chicks from like since I was a kid and all of that, I went through a phase like I destroyed like all of those stuff. Just in that really, like in that moment, I felt like, okay, there's all of this, but I don't see it benefiting me as like a person. Like, I just felt like it was just draining all of that out of me. So what skateboarding did, it actually like brought me closer to seeking God. And that's why I felt like, okay, so this talent is not mine, but it's just a way for God to, I don't know, do whatever, but then through it. So that's how I felt about it. And then once I started believing that, and once I started, just doing like more research on my like spirituality, going deeper, trying to build my relationship with God, that's how I've been able to kind of like be in the moment and to finally like start to enjoy everything that comes with it. Because all the interviews, all of that, I'm quiet, but I don't really like all that attention on me, because I feel like we all special, even at competition, even after winning and all of that, and then all the attention is like on me. I'm like, bro, no, we all win this, we all here. I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for you and you. Everybody is contributing something to all of this.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. And yeah, just going closer to God, that's how I've been able to have gratitude, and everything just feels lighter. I'm able to enjoy, I'm able to be in the moment, not be too anxious and all that.
There's a beautiful realization that you've probably had, that I had, that I at a place in my life that I think is very young, where I'd always wanted to act. I was telling you earlier, from like 12 years old, I was like, I just want to act. And at 12, you don't know what acting is. You don't know what film is. I mean, I didn't know what podcasting was at 12, So all I knew was I liked performing. I liked entertaining. And it made me happy when I got to see people smiling and laughing and watching. So through a lot of things, whether it was being bullied or being picked on, just as example, my way of coping was, okay, but I can entertain, but I can be funny. I can be the guy that can talk to everyone, or that can, so that kind of became my shell of like what I could deal with. But I knew I wanted to use it for something. And that became this pursuit into wanting to go into acting, which I'm still, I get asked all the time, are you still acting? And I'm like, that's a heartbreak, thank you. Which, yes, I am. But when it happens and you have this element to your life of spirituality, and you have this longing and this hope and this want to do something great, and it happens, it comes with such a sense of peace and such a sense of gratitude that I wouldn't want to do it the other way. Because instead of having that moment or reaching that pinnacle or achieving that goal, when it happens, I don't look at me and go, damn, I'm good. I go, thank you so much that this happened. Like it's such a different angle, right? On achievement, if I can call it that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Did you experience that in the same way?
Yeah, kind of in the same way. But now looking back at it, like, I don't know what to call that phase, but I know my parents were definitely like, my mom was like, that day she was so shocked, because I just woke up randomly and like all my checks, but the medals were still there, all my checks and stuff, I like burned all of that. I don't
really.
Yeah, ever since, because I would keep it up, in my room, all of that. But like all my checks, I don't have not one. But looking back at it, I don't regret it, because I feel like I had to go through that pain to be in the place where I'm at today. So if that's what it took for me to find, this longing for God in my life, then I would go through it again. Cause
then it's worth it.
Then it's worth it.
Yeah. And where you stand now, is so much stronger than then. Damn, I see that as well. I did that last year. I stepped away from everything. Podcasting, acting, entertaining, writing, screenwriting, wanting to produce, wanting to make shows, my own business, photography, everything. Stepped away from all of it. I was like, sick, I'm going to go into an office job. And I got 3 months in, and then they told me to leave. They were like, nah, this isn't working. Cheers, get out. And I was like, oh, that's scary when plan B fails. And I was like, I just spent the last 3 months not doing what I love. I'm more lonely and miserable than I was before it. But I stepped out of that experience and went, oh, I'm definitely not working hard enough. I'm definitely complaining about the small things. I'm definitely a lot more blessed than I think I am. I'm better at this than I think I am, So that happened. So that shift happened for you in that moment.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome. Dude, you're such a G. At 18. That's so badass. So it's just like, it's light work. Yeah. Before we head out, I want to give you a gift from Stance.
Oh.
They are super excited to have you here. Also, I know we planned this very last minute, that we just managed to get you to come in before you go back again. So thank you for being here. From myself,
For having me.
from Stance as well, thank you for your time. So it's a gift from them. Sorry the bag is so big, but it's a gift from them. Open it now if you want. Open it at home. Open it on the way home.
I'll open it.
Go for it. It's just a little something from them to say thank you for being here.
Oh.
They are a huge fan of yours,
Sick.
and we'll definitely.
Come tomorrow.
Hey, there we go. It's actually even on color theme of the comp.
Yeah,
They're
the
doing the green,
Yeah.
the green dinosaur with the pink.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So yeah, you have this comp tomorrow. What's the name of this comp?
Shredzilla.
Shredzilla.
Shreds.
At the shred.
At the shred.
Okay, and you've been saying you're super pumped to do that, to get into it. What's there? It's a horrible question, but it has to be asked. What's from after that for you for the rest of the year?
So we have World Skate Games in September. I'm leaving on the 4th. I'm hoping to do well there,
There we go.
confident. And then after that, for the rest of the year, not much really. I'm just planning on like skating street, that side of skateboarding, filming a bunch of stuff in the streets, pushing myself, hopefully compiling a lengthy video to put out.
Okay.
So that's it, yeah.
Please contact if you want help with any of that.
I will.
With any filming, we available whenever you want to film. I feel very lucky to get to be a part of things like that and try help and contribute towards it, because I believe in you and your career and what you're doing. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, so if there's anything you want to film together, let's get on it. But other than that, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
I
for
appreciate you a lot. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, what you're doing is phenomenal. We're huge fans and we're massively supportive of you and your career, and
Thank you.
as our stance.
As our stance.
As our stance.
Yes.
Yeah. So lekker man, thank you for your time. I appreciate you being here.
I enjoyed this conversation. One of the best, interactions I've ever had.
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot. This is a very special project to me, so I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in for the next one, and love you guys lots.
Cheers.